Hey traders, and welcome to Morning Majors, a show where we look at the opportunities that could be setting up in the major currency pairs for the day ahead. Before we get into the show, I'd like to remind you that this is for educational purposes only. None of the opportunities I talk about are trading advice in any way whatsoever. I'm simply trying to teach you to trade by getting you to watch and look at the way that I analyze the markets and look at the trades that I'm looking to take. If you like any of the opportunities, you still need to do your own due diligence and your own analysis to decide whether or not the trade is right for you. Now, looking into this week's show, or today's show rather, a couple of the pairs really are going to sort of be reviewing from our last show because they're at extremes right now, so there aren't the most amount of opportunities out there, which is why I haven't put out a video in a few days, because really it's just been the opportunities from last week that have been playing out. But nonetheless, I think it's a good idea just to kind of go back over those trades, see what it was that we were looking at, and see where we are right now. So starting off with the Australian dollar trade, we said that we were looking at a breakdown. So we looked at the longer term trend line, which is this downward sloping trend line here. And then we identified that on the 1 hour chart, the market was also respecting another downward sloping trend line. So trend line sort of just a smaller one within a larger one, so to speak. And what we were looking for was ultimately a bit of a breakdown of this consolidation area over here. We got an initial breakdown followed by a bit of a pullback on the 1 hour chart, and then eventually the market broke beneath our support level here. And has literally just been trading down, and it's just come down to this support level over here, which if you were in this trade, this would have been a great area to be taking profit if you didn't already get out at the 0.7314 area, which was another area that we were identified as a potential problem area. But once we got the break below that, then you should have been looking at these lows over here. So the 0.7249 or the 0.7205 as a potential exit point. In terms of what are we doing right now? Well, now we're beneath this major level. If we look at this on the 4 hour chart, major previous level of support, which then acted as resistance. Really, we're looking to follow this down. I think that judging from the look of this move here, we're going to get another pullback at some point. There's no technical pattern here. If you want to trade intraday, you might be looking for reversal. So trades back up towards resistance over here. But at the moment, there's nothing that I'm in love with in the Australian dollar. The euro dollar did what we wanted it to do. So again, we were looking at a break of a trend line. We were looking at a breakdown of this trend line here, which is exactly what we got. The market broke through this trend line eventually, gave a little bit of a pullback, and then has kind of sold off and not really looked back since. In terms of trades that we could take right now, the market is playing with this. If I just move this up a little bit here, you can see that on the 1 hour chart, we've got a previous level of support there. It's bouncing off of that level again. I think ultimately we do go lower here, but we might see a bit of a rally before we get a breakdown. I'm looking for the market to break beneath the 1.1528 level before I start entertaining any other shorts. We need to see how the market reacts with this level before we look to get involved again. The pound dollar is a little bit ugly. We didn't love it last week when we were talking about it. There was an opportunity to sell when the market got up to these highs over here. So if you look at this on the 4 hour chart, it's this previous level of supports here, which then became resistance. I didn't actually get involved in this trade myself, but that would have been how you played it. So when the market got up to that level there, you would have looked for like a 1, 2, 3 reversal in order to sell this back down here. Now, in terms of the trade that we're looking to take, you've got the break of this upward sloping trend line, so similar to the euro dollar there. So what you would be looking for is some sort of a pullback either on the 1 hour chart or the 4 hour chart, and then take a break of sort of like a small, I won't say intraday trend line, because on that hour chart it'd be more than an intraday, but a shorter term break. So a bit of a pullback here, put in a trend line, and then take the breakdown of that. So really looking to short the pound dollar there. The New Zealand dollar broke the support level that we were looking at, as you can see there, and then has kind of just literally not looked back. It's sold off very, very nicely. And now it's down at a major level, previous level of support down here. So if I just put in a support level there, like so. You can see on the 4-hour chart, we're at a major level of support. So we're kind of a bit of a decision area. The market either can break down from this, but it has gone quite a long way in quite a short space of time. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback. If we look at the 1-hour chart over here, a little bit of a pullback before eventually we do get the sell-off. Ultimately, I think the New Zealand dollar goes lower, but it's just in terms of the way that we play this. I'll be selling beneath this level here, so beneath the 0.6545 is where I become a seller. But ultimately, I think that a little bit of a pullback beforehand might be a better trade, so waiting for a bit of value in there. But as I said, if we do get a breakdown, I definitely will look to sell that. The dollar franc it broke through we looked at this major level of support over here. It's broken through that level. It's now pulling back to that level. I think that ultimately, as long as the markets hold beneath this area here, then we need to look to be sellers. There's no fantastic technical opportunity that we can take right now, but I think ultimately we need to be sellers. Wait for the market maybe to pull back to the 0.9789. When it gets back there, then look to initiate the sell opportunity. The dollar yen we're waiting for a breakdown of this trend line here. So if we look at the 4-hour charts, we're tracking beneath this previous level of resistance. You can't see it properly here, but it's this big level over there. The market is kind of just holding beneath at the moment. We do think that there will be a breakdown of this level here, but it's just waiting for it. So I think what I will do is wait for the market to close beneath this trend line over here, similar to the way that we're looking at the euro dollar and then obviously the pound dollar. Get a breakdown of that trend line there, then look for short-term or shorting opportunities on the shorter-term charts. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the morning majors here. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, really, there aren't the greatest amount of opportunities out there because they've all kind of played out exactly the way that we looked at them from last week. If you don't remember that, go back and watch the previous show. The very last one identifies the opportunities that have played out this week and the ones that we've reviewed here. As I said, it's all for educational purposes. So I really hope that you're learning some stuff here. You're learning how to analyze the markets, and you're all going to get more profitable as a result of it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all soon. Take care now.